Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on this beautiful juniper. However, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as I did for the previous videos, just because somebody actually asked for this again. What I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be sketching out some of the branches and then figure out some of the designs. So as I go with it, I'm going to be explaining to you what exactly I'm going to be doing to some of the branches and how I'm going to deal with the trunk, and also how I'm going to be styling most of this tree. Now this tree, I've been working on it for almost 2 years. Actually, no, almost 2 years and a half, I would say. So when I first worked on this tree, it was back in 2018, July. And then I have some other pictures from over here last year in July. So today we're gonna be working on this tree once again. I want to change the shape to it, and hopefully can figure out if the root system is healthy enough, and then we can probably do a repot. But if the video gets too long for you folks, I'm gonna be doing a whole another video for that, and I'm gonna show you how I like to repot my trees. So let's get started with this. All right, so from the image that I have drawn right here, I had to come to the conclusion that I actually want to make this into the front of the tree. So this right here will be the front of the tree itself, and then what I'm going to be doing is I want to be able to bring this branch down. So therefore, in order to have a good balance within these branches, I need to actually get rid of this right here. So let's see if we can come in a little bit closer. Okay, so you can't quite see me, but that's okay. What you want to see is actually this tree over here. So what we're going to be doing is that I'm going to be actually taking care of these branches over here. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these ones over here. So for that, I'm going to use trusty toolkit. And what I've decided is that I might actually create a gin somewhere over here. So for that, I want to be able to make the gin as big as possible, and I want to be able to cut right about right there. And then I don't really need one over here, so maybe I can even use these as cuttings right there. And because we want to be able to clear the trunk line, this right here would actually have to go too. So that way, as your eyes are guiding you towards the apex, there's nothing stopping you in between. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that flush as well. And then we're going to look at all of these branches over here too. So I feel like there is too much of a gap over here. As you can see from the image, this branch is the one that's going to have to come in this way. So it would fill in this gap over here like that, and I might actually get rid of some of these branches from over here, and then just try to figure out how to level out the proportion from over here, because I don't want it to just lean more towards one side. I want it to also lean a little bit towards the back. So right now all the weight's over here, and I want to be able to, be able to distribute the weight of the tree. So how we're going to do this is that we're just going to go ahead and clean it up just a little bit more. We're going to use the guidance pretty much that we shouldn't have any branches like right next to each other in order to avoid inverse taper. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that one. This one is closer to this one, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it too. About there. And what we want to do is just go in zigzag form pretty much. You see how right here there is a really big gap in between branches? There is one branch over here, so what I can do is that I can actually pretty much twist the trunk so that this branch will now go on this side right here, and then this ones will alternate once again. So coming down for that, we have this little branch over here. I feel like it's actually too low and it's being covered by these other branches. So we're also gonna go ahead and get rid of it. We don't really. So next thing is we're gonna get some wire. Now, like I said before, you work with what you have. So if you have some copper wire, then you use copper wire. I think it's actually better for junipers. This wire actually, I get it from some friends that work in the construction. So some of them are actually electricians, and whenever there's spare wire, I buy it off of them. Okay, so what we want to do is that I want to go ahead and put this down to anchor it, and we're pretty much gonna wire the trunk. Right now there is enough room. I don't really think that we need to clear up too much of the spaces in between the branches. We can do that as we go because we don't want to get rid of too many branches and then having to need them soon. So I want to be able to figure out this first and then we can go ahead and proceed and clean off the remaining of the branches. Go ahead and cut about right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut about right over here. Now, looking back into the style over here, it actually looks like it got cleared up a little bit better. And we did say that we wanted to come up with this type of curvature. So what I'm thinking about doing is that since the wire is going in this direction, I want to go ahead and just twist it to give it that illusion. So we want to be able to bring this tree more this way. And you have to be careful with these type of junipers because some of them, the branches can get really woody, and that prevents it from being able to obtain this sort of shapes. Let's get to this right here. We want to be able to come up with this over here. Just want to be able to anchor it right there and be able to bring this branch down. So forward that. Okay. We're just going to bring it down respectively. Like that. Probably a little bit lower. And then this right here would actually be the new little apex over here. So you see what you see right here. I think this actually looks a little bit cleaner if I look on this side. So this is actually the front of the trunk. I'm gonna go ahead and cut right over here. All right, so we finished wiring this tree right here, at least for the lower branch. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and wire the rest of them, and then we're going to put them into place so that we can give it the final shape. But I actually want to take this time to actually acknowledge one of the Facebook members' trees. This Facebook member has been posting some really good trees over here, and this right here was actually published on Bonsai High. If you want to have yours featured in the next video, go ahead and join our Facebook page, post all your pictures, and also talk to us about what's your favorite tree, and if you have any questions about the care for the tree, we will be able to answer those questions on the page. So let's get back to the video. Alright folks, so this right here is actually the final product. We did come up with a little tree that I wanted to have over here, like a little tree branch. I might just compact it a little bit more, but I kind of like the way that it sits right there. It has enough space in between it. This branch came up down the way I wanted it, added a little more movement. And then as we go up to the trunk, I do have this right here. It might be a potential gen, I'm not entirely sure yet, so that's why I left it like that. We do have this other branch over here, this one facing the back a little bit to give this one a little bit more room. And then the entire trunk continues to move in this direction. So I fixed the apex just a little bit. I didn't want it to actually remove more of the foliage because as you know, junipers actually obtain the energy through their foliage. So if I were to prune back more, then it would be a complete disaster. So here it is. I'm actually thinking about which would be the back and which would be the front. I like this angle over here. It looks more full. The back of it shows more of the actual trunk line. So I don't know. Comment down below which should be the front and which should be the back. Regardless, I'm actually really pleased with the result. Folks, bonsai and styling trees actually takes quite a bit of time, so please do not rush it. If you don't know what you want to go for, make sure you at least have some type of form of vision, you know, draw it out, look at other people's pictures, but most importantly, follow the exact tree that you have. You know, you can't make it behave a certain way that you want it to, because if you do, you're gonna create a lot of stress on the tree and that can potentially kill it. So, you know, bonsai takes patience, and then also teach you how to learn to manipulate things, because like I said, if you try too hard, you're gonna end up killing your tree. I hope you folks like this tree. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and like I said, join our Facebook page. We do help each other a lot there, and subscribe for more videos. Till next time.